I cannot believe what he found in his lawn. You guys are gonna have to watch the rest of the video to find out why his grass patch is not growing. How do you find out somebody's ring size without asking them? That's private information. When she's sleeping, slip her ring off her finger, put it onto your phone. Make a circle. Keep zooming in until you find the right size of the circle. The perfect ring size. Screenshot it and then take it to your jeweler and be like, I need a ring the size of this circle screenshot. They're gonna look at you funny for like 3 seconds before realizing that you are a genius. This guy noticed that a patch of his grass would not grow, no matter what he did. Okay, you know what? We got a whole weekend to figure out why this grass won't grow. So he started digging it up. Kept digging up patches. Bro, can't you just throw some grass seed on it, water it, and call it a day? Like, it's not growing. Why you gotta dig it up? Is there something underneath? Okay, there has to be something underneath. Time to cut up more of this lawn. Y'all, he found a huge
nice boulder.
Is that why the grass wasn't growing? How did he even pull that out? Well, my lawn is ruined, but the boulder is finally out. Congratulations, your lawn is destroyed. Trying to get that thing out. Now you got bigger problems than a little grass patch not growing. Did you know in Japanese culture, the deeper you bow, the more respect you have for the other person. So they are getting married, and they are also having a bowing contest. Bro literally married a gymnast. Oh, she definitely on her Pilates yoga grind. Oh, bow so hard at downward dog. He said nope, nope. Bro just got on the ground. Did he give up or did he win? I think he won. I think he won. You can't bow any deeper than him. Love to see people getting married who actually respect each other. You know what's crazy? Yo, I was today years old when I found out that China has anti-sleep lasers on the highway. Yes, you heard me right. It's 2 a.m. You're driving home and then these lights flash. Is that a live music festival in the distance? No. It's literally highway laser beams that prevent you from going to sleep. Like, no, bro, hold on. You know, just a few more miles. You'll make it home all right. Please, just don't fall asleep. It's lit. We need these in America. I learned something new today. When you go to the doctor or you get surgery, they got these giant overhead lights and they cast no visible shadows. What do you mean? There has to be a shadow on like one side? No. So basically, the shape of the round surgical light makes it so there are no shadows from any angle. So you put your hand underneath it and it illuminates everything. Wow. No evil monsters can hide in the shadows because there aren't any. So it's something to do with the shape and design of the light that makes it so there are no shadows, so they can really see every pore and freckle in your face before they snip it open. Y'all, I was today years old when I found out about this. Y'all, this next hack will literally save your house. I just found this out. POV, you didn't properly mitigate your house before leaving on vacation. You see all of these spots on this house? The fan is decaying. The house got acne, y'all. No, these are mold spots. There is mold all over this house. You know why this happens? It's because you want to be cheap and save a few dollars, so you turn off the AC before you go on vacation. In the middle of summer, I've been guilty of doing this. You know, if I lived in a humid environment like Florida, I wouldn't have a house no more. So next time you want to go on vacation in the middle of summer, do not turn your AC off. You could turn it up, put it at like 78 degrees, but never turn it off unless you want a paper mache house. Y'all have lotion stuck in your bottle and don't know how to get it out? Use a massager. Bro has this giant tub of lotion. I paid good money for this lotion. I want to use every last drop. So instead of shoving your fingers through there, use one of those electric massagers and vibrate the lotion out of its shell. Apparently it actually works. The burgers you see in fast food commercials, they're not cooked. You know, I ordered this and I got this. You know, this is not cooked. This is constructed. And this is how they do it. First, put the bun and then carefully lay the cheese and pin the tomatoes and lettuce in place. What, are we sewing the burger together? Yeah, ain't no McDonald's worker assembling my patty like that. Not even SpongeBob himself making my burger this perfect looking. No wonder it's so perfect looking, because this is basically an art installation. It's like me posing for Instagram. You know, no filter necessary. You know, they're even gonna put makeup on the patty to make it look crispier than it actually is. I don't know, this feels illegal. You know, how clean can Japan really be? I don't know, I've been there a few times, it's pretty clean. Like, the gutters have koi fish living in them. Just some random gutter under some random house in some random neighborhood. The water looks so clean I could drink it. And the most gorgeous koi fish just casually live in there. Yeah, we live in a gutter, and it's so clean. Have y'all ever seen a queen ant, like in real life? You know, I thought I have. They're just like the slightly bigger ants, right? No. Well, these are regular ants. And then wait for it. Wait for it. This is the queen ant! Y'all, I have never seen an ant that big. Oh my goodness, she's humongous. She's like 100 times the size of a regular ant. Bro, what they gotta be protecting their queen for? She looked like she could protect herself and the whole colony. You know, what's crazy is that worker ants live 1 to 3 years, while a queen ant can live up to 30. You know, if I was a worker ant, I don't care what the queen want, I'ma do it. I was 3 years old when I learned this from Granny. What did she do wrong? Oh, she didn't even have to say nothing. Just actions speak louder than words. Man, she is so sick of you and your lid abuse. You wanna open your pot? Before your stew is done, put it in the handle. It's like a little lid holder. What if I have to pick up the lid? Then what, Grandma? She's ready to fight me over this lid hack. You know, around here, we talk about pooping posture all the time. You've probably been pooping wrong your entire life. We talked about this in another video. Sitting versus squatting. You're supposed to squat when you poop. Well, they made a toilet designed for proper poop posture, and that seat is cheek-full. So the curvy design of this toilet basically puts you in the perfect pooping position without having to use a squatty potty, which is a little stool. You know, no more scrolling through TikToks while you struggle on the toilet. Just smash like if you know the proper poop posture now. And if you're just gonna keep pooping like you usually do, because no one likes change. You know, there are these whiskey bottles that have a wax seal on the tip. Why? What's the point? Where does it come from? Barbara here at the Maker's Mark factory, hand dipping the wax bottles into some hot wax. She put a little too much wax on that one. It's only supposed to wax the tip, not half the bottle. You know, first day on the job, Barbara, she didn't do it right. They also missed a few bottles. I had no idea a mama bird does this. So you see the babies, they're hungry, mouths are open. Mama bird brought the worms. Here, you eat this, you eat this. Here, ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. Wait, did she eat it or did they eat it? Bro, what do you mean? You still got worm in your mouth. This level of greed sickens me. But anyways, I thought the whole point of baby birding was when the mama bear chews up the worm and then spits it in the child's mouth so we can eat it. No, I guess not. I guess she just like, worm for you, worm for you. What's a group of birds called? A flock? What's like a group of kittens called? I don't know, a litter? Okay, but have you seen a bouquet of kittens? Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, there's so many of them. Bro, forget a dozen roses, let me get a dozen kittens in bouquet form. No, shake them. Yes! Wow, that's a whole lot of cats. This is why I love the internet. You know, there are all kinds of competitions all around the world. Like America, we got hot dog eating contests. In Australia, there is a wood chopping contest. Yeah, you heard me right. Guys literally compete to chop down trees. Whoa. And it is like an art form to it. You chop, make yourself a little bridge, advance to the next section, and then chop it again. Can't you just chop it from the bottom? No, I think you have to like chop it from the top and then every section under that. You chop it by sections. And there's so many people watching this. Like it's the Super Bowl, the wood chipping bowl. I'm rooting for Taz over here. Oh, okay, so he made a chip in it and then he's gonna go to the bottom and then make another bridge? I think he has to do the other side. I don't know, this is my first time watching a wood chopping competition. Okay, so he has to do the other side. You know, this is like a whole art form. If you've only ever chopped trees on Minecraft, you probably have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm used to it. And then the tree is chopped. Now, Fortnite isn't like real life though. It takes a lot more effort to chop a tree. You know, speaking of chopping, what happens when you chop through a tsunami? Bro just sliced the tsunami and sewer water and fish came out. Whoa, AI is getting way too realistic. I thought it was a realistic Tsunami Cake video for a second. Go slice the tornado, see what happens. It just turned to dust? What, really? Is this like biblically accurate? I mean, yeah, if you think about it, just slice the tornado in half, it's gonna collapse and fall apart. Someone needs to create a knife that could do that. Okay, what about a thundercloud? I would be way too afraid. You cut that in half, you're gonna get electrocuted. Thor's gonna come for you. It's actually how Thor was born. Is that a meteoroid? Oh, it cuts so nicely. Very satisfying, like a piece of cake. Uh-oh. Nah, I feel like that would have definitely exploded. These are real life conjoined twins. Brittany and Abby. What's the anatomy look like? Y'all have 2 heads, but also 2 hands. You got 2 hearts, 2 lungs? Like what's going on? So they have 4 lungs, 2 sets. Very nice, they don't have to share. You know, Brittany can hold her breath while Abby starts breathing, or they can hold their breath separately. 2 stomachs. Brittany can have a burger and Abby can have a salad. But the 2 stomachs go into 1 large intestine and 1 small intestine. So everything they eat separately ends up in 1 intestine. Whoa, that is very interesting. They also have 2 hearts. What? That's like an extra life. Like 1 heart stops beating, you got a whole other one. I've never heard of that. This is actually insane to me. You know this horrible plastic packaging that's like almost impossible to open without scissors? Bare hands. No way it's that easy. We've been bamboozled, struggling for years with opening these. And Aaron figured it out. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face and subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.